Bring the bitches. R.I.P. the Gipper, gone too soon. In all my years of being a rap star, I have never profited until tonight. Got out of the Navy, V-painted white D, showing up that punk bitch album William Barclay. Back to the West Coast, house rap I rap and boast. Hate UAC, with me making cum his toast. Mama was a Quaker, said never be a faker. Pious as a saint till I make your lady shake her. Money maker, gotta take a break, I'll break it down for y'all. The presidents and the residents, you bitches know I did it all. Making China like a bull, y'all. Knocking on that great wall. Foreign policy, got animals are being a free fall. Music road, drugs control, so you're so feeling bold. Do what I can in Vietnam and turn the war in back cold. Making friends with Brezhnev, Soviets are being left in the dust in Fiat trust. Apollo lambs above us. Went to the moon with faking. I hope there's not a break in a water gate on my plate. Might not have put the tape in. Alright. It's good to be back on top. I'm the trickiest of dickiest. My pomade is the slickiest. Nicknames on your lips, so impeach my ass, then kiss it. I'm quitting cause I'm bored. Pardoned by your Ford. But how the fuck say no truck OTMC till 74? Agnew. Bring the bitches. R.I.P. the Gipper, gone too soon. In all my years of being a rap star, I have never profited until tonight. Got out of the Navy, V-painted white D, showing up that punk bitch album William Barclay. Back to the West Coast, house rap I rap and boast. Hate UAC, with me making cum his toast. Mama was a Quaker, said never be a faker. Pious as a saint till I make your lady shake her. Money maker, gotta take a break, I'll break it down for y'all. The presidents and the residents, you bitches know I did it all. Making China like a bull, y'all. Knocking on that great wall. Foreign policy, got animals are being a free fall. Music road, drugs control, so you're so feeling bold. Do what I can in Vietnam and turn the war in back cold.
Hello.
Hello.
Where did that jacket come from, Carl?
Jacket? Oh, it's my dressing gown.
Oh, okay. It looks like a really 90s cheap leather jacket. I think you're for a look.
Absolute killer. Yeah. Welcome, anyone who's watching to session 29 of campaign 2 of allegedly D&D, our adventures in Aranor. Last session, you went and did some shopping at Topher's Tantalizing Treasures in Ragged Point. Spent some gold before heading back to the warehouse, and Giacali transported you via teleportation to a circle in the basement of a small farm a little way outside of the city of New Diminos. Journeyed into town, seemingly maybe got a little bit hustled at the gates, and made your way to the Stumble Inn, where you met up with Bicken Leafoot, the halfling female advisor to Lord Rexingtram and member of the Red Sun. You discussed the paragons of Durap, and did you talk about the slave encampment? Or
I don't think so.
And then decided that rather than continuing to have this conversation in the open of a tavern, you probably head to somewhere a little more private to continue your discussions. And with that, actually, Bicken stands up from the table and makes her way over to a curtained off area that leads into a secondary room. As you follow through, it's just a smaller stone room off this main tavern building. Possibly mainly used for storage, but there is a table and a couple of chairs in there. We can talk in here fairly freely.
Good. And then we have the conversation. Then we leave to go get one.
What is the conversation? What is
we talk. We discuss.
Well, we
and
talked
talk
last
and-
session about the plan, right? So are we putting that plan into action, or are we spending this short session talking again?
Action. 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 I agree. Action.
okay?
See, even that guy in the background agrees.
For
Wait
my
a minute.
benefit and the audience's benefit, let's just very quickly rerun through the plan.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay,
remember what
the
it
plan
is.
is we're going to sack
Obtain
the,
slaves.
Yes. Obtain
Yes,
slaves.
we're going to sack the cultists, so we need bodies, we need manpower. We're going to attack a ship of slaves, free the slaves, ask them very politely and with Detritus's leadership skills to help us create like a net around the cult.
Operation
when the
Meatwall.
time is right. Yes, when the time is right, so we can go sack them and make sure wood doesn't get out. By wood, we mean any life.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
we need a group of Goliath slaves that will follow us.
Yeah, to keep a low profile,
Willingly.
we need to attack the Empire in their capital. And then
Yeah.
somehow get a bunch of Goliaths to the other side of the city. And
Yeah.
then
Oh, okay. What if we sneak
Well-
onto a slave ship and take it over?
Yes, and kind of importantly here, let's wait till it leaves the city.
Yeah.
Then we can sack it,
Yeah, and
run
then
it aground, or just use it ourselves. But have all the Goliaths just fucking walk where we need
Yeah.
them to be.
I like
Maybe
it.
find the competent one among them.
Yeah, that's a good plan. That's
Let's not do it in the
something.
city.
That's something. That's a good
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
Do any of us know anything about
So-
ships? Because Goliath's terrified of... Detritus is terrified of water.
Yeah.
Casimir's been a foot soldier his whole life.
Yeah, full soldier. He's been on the ship a few times, but just getting
It's really
transported, really, so. Like
Delilah's probably read about it once.
with a perfect team for this. Let's go.
he's been at least 3 times over the ocean, at least.
Yeah. Okay, so
So
hypothetically, we could have a much better team to do this, but it's still very possible. My
Yeah.
initial plan for this, my initial draft of this plan was literally just to steal a bunch of weapons and whatnot on Delilah and do it myself. So if we have the two of you with us, we should be even better at it. All we need to do is get on there,
And be
free
violent.
the slaves, kill anyone
we
who
need to
objects.
find a slave ship first.
Yeah.
Well,
the right target.
we've got a Goliath and people who... Well, Casimir, who could pass for someone who's willing to sell a Goliath.
Yeah,
So, might be easy to find a slave ship.
yeah. I mean, I feel like they'll be easy to spot if we go to the docks. We just need to
Yeah.
pick the right one if there's multiple, or
Mm.
you know.
Yeah, one that's more cargo, less guards.
Yeah.
And if we're not in a hurry, we can even like wait a couple of days to find like the best ship and do some proper intelligence work.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're in like a super. I don't think this has to happen this day, sort of thing. So I think like we can get it into place. Okay, are we heading to docks?
If that's
Yeah,
where the violence
how much
is.
of? No, it's specifically not where the violence is. We don't
Aw.
want to kick off in town.
Fine.
But yeah, how much of this do we want to like hand wave and whatnot?
Right. Yeah. We
We wave our hands at the halfling.
Okay.
Okay, so we put the time in and we try to find a good ship to follow it out or to board on top of it.
Okay.
Unless you had something else
So-
specifically planned for the RP with this person, in which case we engage with that.
No. I mean, I have spent the entire week building out the fort that these slaves are currently trapped in. But sure, go for a ship.
Maybe the ship is at the port.
We specifically told you about the ship plan so you could prep for it.
there is a ship.
Oh, there you go. We found a ship. It's at
I
this
mean, hey,
fort
we're-
that Detritus
look-
saw on the
yeah.
way in.
Hey, like you can
Okay, we
lead
go
us to a better
wherever's best with
solution,
the map.
by all means. You can lead us to a better solution, but
Yeah, that's why we're talking to the biscuit lady.
Yeah. We go wherever you need us, Angus.
I think I'm the only person who might know the Gilmore Girls theme song, but there is a joke there.
I know of it. I could not
But
recite.
basically being about wherever you need me, I'll be there. But with violence.
Yeah. Isn't that like really similar to the Friends theme song?
As I say, and also Friends.
Okay,
and how did
any
Beach-
sitcom from the 90s theme song.
how did Baywatch go again? I'll
Baywatch?
be there.
Don't think-
I'll be there.
I didn't really pay
I don't
attention
think
to the
anyone
theme
was
song.
listening
Yeah.
to the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really about the hot people moving slowly.
I think it went, I'll be there.
I hope they will.
It's
Be
kind of
the
what you
fucking
want
life.
from a
Oh,
lifeguard.
it's I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
Well, that just sounds more like a threat.
Never you fear.
Yeah, I'll be the one
be
to
ready.
drown you.
You guys are silly. To the fort.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was
So you make your way, following the directions that Vic and Leaffoot gives you for the directions towards where the fort at the port is, and it's over at the eastern side of town, towards the edge of the eastern side of town. In fact, it is the built into a rocky spit of land that juts out and acts as part of the harbour here.
Like a little bow tie.
It's a short, squat fort, very tall, and as you sort of approach
It's a short fort with a port.
short fort on the port.
Short port fort.
You see
Shorty, porty,
the walls
forty.
aren't particularly high. I mean, they're high enough, but they're not like sort of castle walls. Probably sort of 25 to 30 feet tall. Big set of doors that lead in. You realize that the end of this road that you are approaching the fort from, it opens out quite close to the fort. How are you guys trying to approach this fort in terms of the gathering of intel and staking the place out?
Well, I guess so. We want to do this to not attract too much attention, right? We don't want to make this like a big ass blowout escape where it hits the news and everything, right?
Yeah, we want subtlety.
We don't want that.
You could just go to the selling detritus
Subtlety for once.
point of view approach.
Yeah, we could do the Wookiee exchange thing.
Oh yeah, that was what you called it last time.
Do you, okay. Do you want your face, Casimir, to be associated with it? Yeah. Okay.
It is good.
Do we want mine to be associated with it?
Less so, because we might need you to convince people that you're there in an official capacity.
In official capacity?
You're a
What do you mean?
bit
Like,
more of
using
the,
your fake 7 credential, well, legitimate
Yeah.
7 credentials, but for fake reasons.
You're a bit more of the
Yeah.
the diplomat in the group in the sense of
I go to school at the 7.
capabilities. Yeah.
I mean, if they've only heard like rumors and hearsay about the 7, then my like school badge or whatever might as well be an actual badge.
Yeah, exactly.
It still has the scary symbol on it
As Detritus and Casimir never went to school.
and can't read. Okay, why do you want a diplomat though? What's my role?
threatening people without immediately resorting to violence, like Casimir and Detritus.
What? Okay, why am I threatening them?
Because it's D&D.
You can talk in D&D too, I assure you.
We want talking, threatening, it's the same thing.
Sup, llama?
Hello, llama.
Oh.
If you want to just do it without disguise or anything, then like go for it.
I mean, I'd happily disguise it, but what's our goal here?
To get onto a ship.
Okay, we need to get onto
A
a ship.
slave ship?
Yes.
Do we want to walk up with the possible slave then? Because if once we do, isn't that kind of initiating the whole you being a slave thing and then putting you on a ship?
Yes.
Which would be helpful if it's very specifically the ship we want in the time.
Oh, maybe you're not too sure who you can sell to yet. Right, you want to get the best price for the giant muscly man. So or maybe you're interested in buying rather than selling.
Okay, I have a slightly different theory. I don't know if this might be a bit too much.
Shoot.
But I just got the seed planted in my brain. I'm just gonna say it. So what if we were actually gonna pretend to more officially obtain those slaves and put them on a ship ourselves to then take that ship full of slaves and take it to where we actually want to take it and actually say no, you're free. We just need to somehow fool them into thinking we're actually buying them, but I guess we don't have the money to buy that many slaves.
How much is a
So
Goliath slave in this port?
So like, how would that go?
What's the going rate?
You wouldn't know.
Well, let's find out. Let's get a quote.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if we want our faces attached to this or not.
Then if you're unsure, then go with disguise.
Sure. I'll go.
Yeah.
with
Okay.
disguise.
I mean, okay. If there's any chance for me to use my disguise kit again and just sort of make my face look a bit more different, I'll take off my jacket again.
No, never expect.
Like, I guess
That's
I'll.
a strange man.
What can I do?
Fake mustache. Detritus could just like slap you in the face and get you all swollen.
Yeah. I mean, so I got a beard, I got bald head.
A wig.
So yeah, if I can.
Ooh, a turban. You can just get some cloth and make a turban.
Okay. Yeah, if I could do something like that, maybe. I guess. And use my disguise kit to maybe make myself look like I'm not Efrilish. Maybe I'm like, I don't know.
Just
Elasish.
dress however the people around here are dressing, I guess.
Yeah. Just dress a bit more like a.
We raid some
Make myself look
clotheslines
vaguely
on
more
the
like,
way.
yeah. Make myself look a little bit more like a sort of merchant of slaves, I guess, and like maybe just do a few little simple makeup tricks, just so that my face looks slightly different, so it doesn't. If you pair it with the clothes, if someone sees me in my military uniform, they won't immediately jump to the same. Like they won't immediately see me as the same person.
Okay. So yeah, I think the disguise
Hide
kit
and play
talks
sign a
about
little bit.
prosthesis and stuff like that. So something to change the shape of your nose, that sort of thing.
Yeah, just something simple that just doesn't make people immediately jump to the. It's like, wait, that's the guy, right? Like,
Has Casimir ever engaged in spycraft before? How does he know so well how to use a disguise kit? Elaborate on that for the flavor.
I don't have proficiency with
Debt
it if you're
collectors.
asking that, but I mean, I'm just.
Okay, you don't have proficiency. Okay, roll.
No.
Just roll me a.
Can Detritus help
dexterity.
with his giant, clumsy fingers?
Just
I
roll me a
just own it.
dexterity check.
Okay. Piss. Okay.
16.
16.
Yeah.
Decent.
It's It's possible. It may not stand up to close scrutiny,
Yeah,
but
yeah. If they're
certainly in passing
Yeah.
on the street, you know, Detritus doesn't
I look,
recognize you.
yeah, I look like a.
Who
different
the
person.
hell are you?
If anything-
I'm happy
Get
to
'em.
support that with, like, if I just somewhere on the market, like as we're passing through, if I could just get some sort of like a merchant hat or a turban or something like that, maybe cover the fact that I have a bald head, so that people might think
Okay,
that I have
yeah.
hair under there, and also like maybe swap out my jacket for something like a little bit more. I don't know, a bit more colourful, so I can kind of cover most. Like, I guess trousers probably stay the same, but
We can find that tiefling and ask him. Tell us, where do all your crime dealers go? We want to discuss.
So you could pick up an outfit in the market of sort of jacket, pair of trousers, shirt maybe, and a hat for 5 gold pieces.
okay. 5 gold pieces. So I now have a vague merchant uniform.
Yeah, just
Nice, the
merchant
fake
costume.
Merchant costume. Okay.
Seller of uncertainties.
Mm.
So I'll put that in my things.
Detritus will just drop Trout and change into the loincloth he hasn't worn yet as his disguise.
Gotcha. Which one's
Good.
that?
I think we're down to the solid colour one now. I don't remember what colour it was.
I can't remember.
We've had the paisley one, and we've had the animal
and
print one.
The mask one.
Oh, is there a Damascus? Yeah, that one then. No one will ever recognise him now.
Have we had a long rest since the tavern talk?
Oh.
We can say yes. Maybe that you guys rested up for the rest of the day, and I don't know if you guys wanted to do this investigation in the evening or.
Because I think it was early in the day because we teleported here, didn't we? So.
You did.
Oh, yeah. And then it wasn't a long walk to the city.
And you can
Yeah, I
say
mean-
we just hung out for the rest of the day in the tavern,
Yeah.
and
Call it in the
then went to
morning or something?
bed, and then the next day we
Plan.
went scouting. I'm
Yeah, I'm
okay
happy
with
with
that.
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
So this is like next morning.
Do,
Cool.
Not to over plan here, but our goal is to ask for manifests or pretend we're trying to sell.
I mean,
somebody?
first of all, we want to. I just wanted to see how much like slaves go for. And it would be, I guess, if we can find a way of like through like.
Okay, so
If there was someone on our side that could kind of sign off some documents. Oh yeah, they paid for some slaves. You know what I mean? Like, or I don't know. I'm just
I have
spitballing right
two
now. But
minor ideas. One, we bluff our way into having them think that we work for the Empire and we have been tasked with getting a census on the number of slaves being taken out of the town. Or, two, we're insurance salespeople who are offering ridiculously good and competitive insurance rates on the ships for their journey, depending on, how many slaves they have and what the value of their cargo hold is. And that way we get a little bit of money too.
Wouldn't the Empire have some sort of policy in place, though?
We're the new policy. Didn't you get the email?
I like the first one with the census. That's a bit
the
more
Raven Mail.
concrete.
I tell you what, roll me an investigation check.
Who?
Everybody.
Yeah,
16.
everyone.
Minus
Just a
one.
general
Ooh,
investigation.
detritus.
Nice.
He's on it. He's had his cereal this morning. He's got his new loincloth on.
Mega cereal.
Okay.
It's just a whole loaf of bread. Dunks it in milk.
Dipped in milk. Yeah, yeah.
So between you are able to establish that there is a regular auction that occurs at the fort.
I'll be listening.
There
He's
is-
gotta do something.
There is one due to start in a few days' time.
Mm-hmm.
How do you rig an auction?
Beat up anyone else who bids.
And it's not usually the Goliaths. They are typically being shipped off, is what you learn. But there is still often orcs, bugbears, goblins that are auctioned off for more domestic use.
That could be a good distraction for us if they somehow got free.
What do you mean?
But if we could find a way to like sneak into the auction pens and let everyone out, then they would cause chaos, and we can just wander over to a ship. Yeah, like, there's a revolt. How many slaves you got on board? Want some insurance? / census taking.
Interesting.
Ah. Thank you for the follow, Jackaboom.
Hey. Appreciate that.
As it like that, Desmond's highlighted your use of the term domestic use there, Angus.
So I do like your idea of just setting a few slaves free,
Yeah, it's the
just
worst
to
that could
create a
happen.
bit of thingy, and then using that as a distraction for the
Okay.
actual thing.
So we've got our way onto
I like
the
the
ship.
idea of that.
We just need to figure out which ship. Which I think is what Desmond has just said as well. I'm not sure how he's still typing when he's not there.
Where's he typing?
He's just in my mind, I think.
Maybe he's typing on his phone.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, where is he?
Possibly.
With your
Where's-
technology.
Yeah.
Oh, in chat, right.
Yeah. Welcome, Jackaboom. I hope that you enjoy our attempt to get onto a ship without being noticed. I don't know. I think the insurance might work. They're greedy
I don't know.
slavers. So if we say to them, yeah, it's like 1% collateral kind of thing. Although they'd probably say, well, how do I know you're actually going to pay out? Okay, so maybe the census thing. Yeah. And then we can get Delilah to be like the census taker because she looks more official. And then you can be like the bodyguard. And then I'm the Goliath checker to check that it's actually a Goliath.
Right. Right.
So they're worried that these stupid slavers don't know the difference between a Goliath and a bugbear. So you need a reference Goliath to they just like
yeah, reference.
Like,
yeah,
this
yeah,
guy,
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy.
Goliath for scale.
Okay.
Fantasy
Similar
equivalent of
facial
banana for
features.
scale.
Okay. The height does vaguely match, though he is about a foot shorter.
It's a beard. He's holding
Let's
a
just
pickaxe.
hold out the arms next to each other. Let's go compare.
Yeah, I think that might work. We need some good rolls, but
Okay, so there's an auction.
or
Some mainly non-Goliaths.
could we? The Empire is at war. Well, not at war, but it's on bad terms with another major power, isn't it, Angus?
Yes.
Maybe we represent
That
agents
is-
of that power who are trying to persuade these captains to maybe divert their shipment for very lucrative arrangement to this other power instead of the Empire. And that would give
How
us
do
a
we know-
legitimate reason to ask how many slaves they have.
And if they ask at all about how we're going to bribe them,
Well, when they sail it to the port, there'll be someone to meet them and give them loads of gold. No, we don't have the gold,
okay.
but when they get to the port, so it's like kind of a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just want to know the amount of slaves on
Yeah,
the ship.
so we
We
can...
need them back till they get to the port.
We can...
Yeah, but will they buy that? Like, will
Nation
they?
of
Will they just
Utria.
go? what the hell, bro? You're the enemy. Like,
Yeah,
or
the-
something.
The slavers, I don't think they're that
Yeah,
that
okay.
high on their morality and loyalty.
I think the
I-
census is like the
You
best
say
option
that,
here.
but Detritus doesn't know this, but Casimir and Delilah would. Non-humanoid or monstrous races are often used in Promethea. In fact, most people would only have seen orcs and bugbears and goblins in service roles.
Internships, gotcha. I think the census is the best option because it's overly bureaucratic, and that if an
Alright.
empire's anything,
I was
Probably
just
a
thinking
little bit.
greed might be a stronger factor, but I'm happy with either.
well, if they don't comply with the census, then they lose money and they lose the contracts.
All right, so do we
So
need
we
to?
can still look
yeah.
in the greed.
All
I
right.
don't know if I'm following.
We threaten
At
them
this point.
with bureaucracy, the most dreaded of all fates.
Right.
We walk up, basically say we're taking a census. If you don't play along with it, your contracts will be invalidated.
Mhm.
And then you'll be stuck with a ship full of Goliaths and nowhere.
If they
nowhere to
don't
sell
do
them.
what? If they
If
what
they
are
don't
we trying to
partake
get
in a
to?
short sentence,
Yeah.
if they don't take the 15 minutes to do the census.
We need a
you know,
reason for
okay,
the
okay.
census, though. So would it be that
Okay. So we're just getting information right now. Then,
we
yeah.
it's suspected that they've been taking more than they say they have and then selling them privately or something?
Sure.
I'm just thinking how like border control people think.
We could keep it vague as well, like as an
So-
ongoing investigation.
Some improprietous behaviour from captains like yourself. Of course, we're not accusing you of anything, so we just need to check what exactly you're shipping.
To say we keep it vague. If we say something to the effect of, "There's improprietous behavior," and then we don't accuse them of anything, hopefully their brain will fill in the blank.
Yeah, and then they're just worried about like the 1,000, I don't know, Yanti testicles that they're exporting that they're not meant to.
So many testicles.
That's the name of the ship.
The USS so many tentacles. It's funny because the snake people testicles on it.
Right. I think we kind of have a plan.
I mean, we could also just pretend to be merchants of slaves and just ask about, how many slaves do you have?
But I mean, okay, we have quite a few. How many do you need?
Yeah. Okay.
Or like,
Well,
we have-
let's
we
say
have stock, don't worry
we're
about it.
representing a bigger client.
Like a foreign power.
Who knows? Who knows? We cannot disclose.
Let's just go with Des.
But-
Let's just go with the census for Desmond's sanity.
Okay.
He's got to do the share of the role playing for it anyway. So
Oh man. Okay.
Detritus just every few seconds goes, "I am what a Goliath looks like."
Yeah, fair enough.
What do I do?
You stand there looking menacing.
In my merchant outfit, or
Yeah, in the brightly coloured merchant outfit that you bought.
I mean,
Instead of the Empire regalia military outfit, which might have been quite useful for the census plan.
I mean, should I just change it to my usual outfit for this? And then later on, maybe
but keep the face stuff.
Yeah. Keep the face stuff. Keep like a comical like head shape with your hats and all that stuff for the laws, but yeah. I guess become a warrior man, sure.
I mean, because the face stuff, like I don't. It's one or the other, Like it's because if I do some stuff to my face and then have the normal clothes I have, then they'll still see everything else the same way it is. And then if I change later on with the same face, they'll. Do you know what I mean? Like
Detritus has got a loincloth
How-
I can borrow.
That would be sexy. But how specifically, like how specific is your armor in the first place? Are you
I
not
mean,
just
it's
General
got
Army
it's
Man?
got the Avrilish sort of unit symbols on it and things like
Casimir
that.
written.
So
Hello, my name is Casimir.
like
I'll
that's
be
on my
oppressing you
jacket.
today.
That's on my like army sort of jacket, like the
Number 14 on the front.
thing. Yeah, like I was gonna take that off, but it still looks like still looks
Sponsored
like
by
an-
Detroit's Delight.
yeah.
Like Casimir's just been
take
a
off the-
football player this whole time. The wrong kind of captain, Casimir.
Okay. I mean, if you're like a captain on special assignment or something to protect these census takers, or take a
Yeah.
and then you have a Goliath.
Let's
because
leave that
pictures don't
merchant
exist.
outfit and thingy for later, even though I already rolled for it.
I don't think the face matters at all. So do whatever you want.
Yeah.
There'll be
You
two
can be a
Okay.
specific army soldier or some other random soldier. Doesn't matter.
Can we also clarify that the reason why Detritus is there is because it was seen as less work to just get a slave Goliath to just stand there instead of like drawing a picture of it.
Yeah.
That's like how like completely blasé the Empire is to Goliaths.
Plus, I mean, like you're a slave, and like you're like one of the trusted slaves. You got an axe with you, right?
Yeah, like bodyguard type
So
thing.
like you are a bodyguard as well, but you're a bodyguard that serves as an example of what we're getting, right?
Yeah, and can we
Okay.
keep an eye out, Angus, just for general? If we do notice a distinction between like slaves that are accepted, so like servants, Goliaths, and like wild, non-incorporated Goliaths, is there like a marking or something they wear that we can just bear in mind for future subterfuge?
Are they wearing a suit?
The full tuxedo with a loincloth over the top.
Yeah, for comfort.
No.
It's the only time to think
You got to
about
let them keep some of it. What makes them
Okay.
them?
Okay.
little-
Okay,
you can
let's
have a little
go.
bit
I
of
don't know
dignity as
what's
a treat.
happening, but you guys go. And I'll follow.
Things,
We
things,
just-
Carl.
We just
Glorious
knocking on the front
things.
door.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
Yeah, now that we've generally got a plan together.
census.
So I don't quite know if I want this
I'm
to
not
be
sure
just the
this is gonna
disguise
go
self or one of Delilah's other seasons, but I have been fucking around with AI art.
Ooh.
So he's basically a blonde version.
A what
I
version?
think it's quite spooky.
A what version does it?
Oh, interesting.
A blonde version, Delilah.
A blonde? Ah.
I don't love that it didn't give like an undershirt, but just imagine there's like a black shirt there.
Okay. There is not cleavage below there.
I mean, if it'll get us onto the ship faster.
Actually, yeah, that's cleavage.
Okay.
Oh,
But for those, yeah, kind
will
of like a
follow.
1920s.
I guess I'm the
Yeah,
Goliath
see,
handler.
I'm the,
I'm the Goliath
Exactly.
handler, right? From the yeah.
I'm here for the census. Saying.
Just be vague with it.
So, like,
Don't
Okay.
complicate it. Be vague.
we will improv.
So
Yeah, we never
All right.
complicate anything.
It's,
No.
Oh, Desmond, can you do like a Betty Boop voice when you're role playing it?
I've got that voice mod. I can look up Betty Boop real quick.
God no. I hear you boys have a really big cargo hold.
Yeah,
Big
I'll
strong
go
Goliath.
mommy for this.
No, please no. Not the voice thing.
Please no.
The trauma.
Hello, boys.
Don't like it.
Whoa.
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 Conducting a census, darling.
Makes me feel things I don't want to feel, doesn't it?
Trippy.
Good.
That's so
How's it meant to
trippy.
make you feel? Yeah.
What
Fuck
the
you,
hell?
Blake.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't want to get us too distracted by it has to do a no, and other things like that. Quite fun.
Who's talking?
It's
I'm so confused.
There's one voice that
This is
changed.
melting
You'll
my brain
figure it
right
out.
now.
Wait. Call one of us an idiot, because I don't think this is really Desmond.
It is Desmond, you idiot, Michael.
Oh yeah, it's him. It's fine.
You sexy idiot.
Definitely him.
Hey,
Oh god.
okay. Is this gonna be too distracting? I can just turn it off.
Yes, that's going to be.
It's-
so
yeah.
confused.
You give him blind
Okay,
flashbacks in
hello.
the chat.
Wow.
That's part of my
That
day
melts
job
my
is
brain.
playing flashbacks.
That was my brain. I
What
felt so
exactly, who knows?
uncomfortable.
Fine.
I felt so uncomfortable with that.
Good. Explore those feelings. You're an artist, motherfucker. You should know this. Okay. Goliath, hit that door for me. Or knock, rather.
Okay. Push.
I have a clipboard.
I can't put it
Like
down.
official.
Can't put it down until 7:45.
So I'll stand behind Delilah next to the Tritus kind of thing. So I'm almost like overwatching him and also being the sort of
to try and just like the
some sort
trainee.
of army advisor or something. And...
Please be patient. Written on him. The try just knocks.
Yeah,
knocks,
on like
knocks the
a
door.
little cardboard.
Knocks the door.
Little
with a-
Flavor
with a-
Flav sign.
with a-
And to
with
be
a
clear, I'm
meaty
just
fist.
going as myself at this point. Like I'm not wearing a. I mean, should I?
Okay.
I don't fucking know. Am I wearing a merchant outfit at this
I
point?
mean,
or-
Delilah's in a different season, so if you want to look different, now
Yeah,
do
but
the
like,
time.
does that fit what we're trying to do? Me wearing the
Why not?
disguise?
What's the difference between Casimir and some other random soldier for this instance?
Yeah, but that's the thing. My disguise is not a soldier, so.
Oh my god.
Then-
My brain
Just
hurts so
change your
much.
face and then go as
Try
a
just
soldier.
knocks the door louder. Just wanting it to end.
I
Casimir's wearing a funny
just,
mustache.
I just go myself. I just go as myself.
Okay. So the door opens and out steps a armored gentleman with a spear, bassinet helmet on. What do you want? Auction's not for another 2 days.
Well, it turns out your business is now with the Empire taking census. Take me to whoever's in charge.
What?
Well, it's definitely not you then, huh? Where's your boss?
No.
A
He's
supervisor
inside.
will do.
Fantastic. Take us there.
Who are you?
I flash an Empire symbol and say, "I'm with the Empire. We are taking census."
An empire symbol. Where did you get said empire symbol?
Well,
Well, oh, you're stuck.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, there
we
we
made
go.
an
no,
Empire symbol.
he's just thinking.
Hello.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, you're
thinking
back.
really hard.
Um,
Yeah. Can I just start like pushing my way past him? Like, I'm here to talk to your boss, not the rabble. Get out of my way.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Can I have advantage because my big beefy men?
always.
Sure.
Oof. Can I use
Not
inspiration?
beefy, yeah.
Not that I have it.
You need more beefy men.
Yeah,
Yes.
Two beefy men is never enough.
No.
As you sort of start
Double
to you see his grip tighten on his spear, and he takes a step back, and the spear comes up into his other hand. And, hang on a minute, you can't just walk in here. Who are you? Is some sort of a census?
Yes, I am an ascended being. No. So I should never be the face of the
Ascended.
party.
me.
That was that was my last guess.
Census. Listen to the
Yes.
lady. We are here on Empire's business.
Should be just a few quick questions. If you wouldn't mind not
we just need to
hindering
speak.
us.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like sort of like sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, by all means, Captain.
We simply need to speak to somebody, even a supervisor of yours or anything of such. Somebody who can actually speak to us and not looks at the door.
See him look up at Detritus.
Hello.
Look at you.
What are you looking at?
Wait here.
What you
And
looking
he
at?
sort of, steps into the door and opens it. Step inside and wait here.
Okay, we're in.
And you find yourself in sort of just seeing this like an entrance hallway into this larger structure, sort of 30 feet deep, 60 feet side to side at one end, but it narrows towards the door to just 30 feet. He steps off between a set of large double doors at the far end. And you're on your own.
Okay.
I mean, if
do-
we just look around, like, what do we see around this room? What is it? Just lead off to different directions, or is there any slaves? Is there?
No, it
Guys.
is an empty room. There are stone benches along most of the walls.
Does it look like the auction would be held here?
No.
No. Okay.
There seems to be some sort of waiting area. It's fairly utilitarian.
Just the front hall kind of thing.
Yeah. As you wait, there's not really much in there, besides this sort of quite imposing set of doors.
Other guards?
Yes, there is in the either side of the sets of double doors are further guard with spear.
Okay. So I'll just stay put.
After about 5 minutes, 6 minutes pass. It was open again, and the same guard steps back through. All right, then the boss will see you. Please follow me. Yeah.
I guess. Do I know if my 7 would members of the 7 ever be sent out on assignment to do, like, say, to investigate things, as a census taker, hypothetically?
To see if
Not
I guess the
normally
powers
for
are
actually
in
as
order.
the census taker, but yeah, the
Pretending to
members
be a
of
census
Seven
taker.
have been known to venture out and investigate on behalf of the Seven to try and make sure that the governments are sticking within the rules of magic utilization and
probably the best
peacetime
approach.
agreements, etc.
Which might
Not
involve
usually for taking censuses, but
Sure, but if it's part of the wider investigation,
Mhm.
it'd be possible enough.
Yeah.
I just don't have a badge from the Empire. I do have a badge from the 7, so.
Mhm. Yeah.
and
Okay.
he leads you out through these doors, and it opens out into a massive courtyard. Talking 135, 140 feet at the widest point, and it goes on for another 150, 130 or so feet. And aside from the first 20 or so feet of it, it's entirely caged. Just huge rows of iron bars, gates, and you immediately see that the much larger pen, for lack of a better word, on the left-hand side is full of Goliaths. There's got to be 14, 15 of them in there currently. And there are braziers that have been set up in this Goliath enclosure. They are burning hot, and it keeps the temperature in this entire courtyard uncomfortably warm.
bar stewards.
Over to the right, there is a much smaller enclosure, which houses both a group of goblins and a group of kobolds. They are currently at opposite ends of this pen. See that in the center area between them, there lies the body of 2 goblins and a kobold that have been left. The guard leads you off to the left to a set of stairs that lead up to the second floor and the walkway that spans the exterior of these pens up high. Leads you along the along the corridor, along the walkway, sorry, and you've got this great view over the pens, and from this height you can see the furthest pen, which has a couple of bugbears in it, and about a half dozen orcs. And leads you up to a secondary structure at the far end that juts out into the rock and the ocean on the left-hand side. Leads you through a door into a corridor, and leads you down. Opens a secondary door and gestures for you to enter. As you do, it's a sharp corner into this door opens into a wall essentially, and you enter in and then turn into the room. And it's a room that's made of strange angles. That just the shape of it is odd, but based on where it is in the structure of the fort, it's understandable. It's just an odd shape for a room. At the far end of it is a man sat at a desk. Human, male, dark olive skin, and like one of those very white powdered wigs.
Detritus wants the ring.
Gosh.
Get jotting away on some papers as you enter. He looks up and starts when Detritus sort of ducks under the door and lumbers into the room.
I don't lumber, I prod.
Majestically.
Like a unicorn entering the room.
We are not currently in the market for additional individuals, but
That is not what this is about. Sorry to interrupt. This is more of a case of a reference and a bodyguard. You don't have to worry about him.
a reference.
Suffice to say, he could be quite helpful at a myriad of different things. Hello.
Tell me, who are you and what are you doing here? Why have you darkened my doorstep?
Oh, well, hello. My name is Dorothy Wittenkiller. I'm here on behalf of the Empire to take census. We need to figure out exactly what's going on here. And if I may
Figure
be
out
so...
exactly what is going on. Operations are running perfectly smoothly.
Speaking of what's going on, Angus, who's in the room?
A little too small.
Currently, it is you and this gentleman.
Get him. Get the wig.
So it's the three of us and this one guy?
Yes.
Mhm.
In this
Okay.
room. You have passed many guards on your route to this this office.
Still kind of weird though. a little too
Yep.
easy.
As I've said, we're here to take census. And do you consider yourself loyal to the Empire?
Of course. What sort of question is that?
Good. Then you shouldn't have any problem complying. I'm actually investigating something. And I'll kind of pull out the chain around my neck with the 7 symbol. And then kind of duck it back in, which involves a census. So, hopefully...
Looking for account of the merchandise that I have through my port?
Yes, exactly.
I can give you the books. That's not a problem at all.
Oh, perfect. Would you give us some time to read them then? And these books include detailed shipping records.
Names of vessels, dates of shipment, yes, everything that has passed through here was documented. I don't. All of this information is already freely available to the Empire.
And there's nothing that's not just on the books that you're not telling us? And I'll make my eyes glow with a terrible fury.
Can I?
I feel like I should have called for this before now, but let's go for it now anyway. Can I have a deception check? From
I was gonna sort of support this. Can I remember something from back on the continent, the main continent? Maybe like a bigger in charge sort of the Empire military sort of wing or like things like that. Just like a figure, like a name that would be somewhat recognizable.
Keith.
That like Casimir would be aware of, and he knows that it's like it doesn't have to be someone at the very top, just a name that someone would
But what if he knows them?
Yeah, bear with me. Bear with me.
What if he is them?
I mean, how high do you want to go? You're talking like general or higher?
Like someone that's high enough to issue a special special investigation operation, things like that, or like be okay with green lighting, something like that.
Roll me a history check.
Okay. 15?
Nice.
15. Okay. And can I have a deception check from you as well, Delilah, with advantage? Oh, actually, we're doing this. So we were doing this to see whether or not Casimir could come up with something to assist.
To help.
All right.
To assist,
sorry. Yeah. Okay. A 15. For a 15, I will say that you are one of the main military commanders within the Empire, certainly at that the Freelish regiments sit within, is High Commander Toldek Harrenblade.
Harrenblade?
It's a good name.
Harrenblade. Tarrenblade.
Like that, yeah? Toldek Harrenblade.
I think that's exactly. Yes. High Commander Toldek Tarrenblade.
Mm-hmm.
Angus, are there any wigs within Detritus's reach?
The one
on his head.
on his head, probably.
Okay. I'm just taking the word and
you'd have to take a couple of steps.
What was the name that Cecilia just used for herself again?
Dorothy Wittenkiller.
Dorothy. With and Killer.
Witten killer.
Witten killer.
White killer.
Yeah, so like
I suppose so. I literally just stole it from some YouTuber from a long time ago.
so yeah, I guess like mid conversation, wherever we were in conversation, Casimir wants to sort of interject, like just sort of on the side, just like a mutter to Delilah. Just like, well, Miss Witten Killer, I did think that the advisors of General Blade would not be wrong about us coming here. It looked like this is what we were looking for.
I'll nod. And they'll truth daggers into the sky.
Yeah, I just wanted a simple thing that will like make us seem a little bit more legit.
The Greyhawks send their regards.
Just like a throw out a name.
We don't actually know if this guy's hiding anything, but if he's afraid enough, maybe he'll tell us.
He's definitely hiding something. Second set of books in his bottom drawer, calling it. Under his wig.
And Michael's like, that's what I would do.
That's exactly what I would do. I really need to make a lawyer character next time.
That's exactly
That'd be
what
terrifying.
Go around doing
Daggers
tax
as well.
investigations on people till they give us stuff.
To be fair, I'd give you everything to get you out of my hair.
You just give me everything out of love, Deslin.
Yeah. You specifically.
Good. So I'll take the give the advantage on the deception roll. Very well. He stands up and turns around and he pulls off. How far back are you looking?
At least 12 months.
Well, good. I pull out a thick tome. This is the year to date, and down on the desk, and then he pulls out a second tome from the bookshelf. And this is last year.
Is he doing that fiscal or calendar, Angus?
These are calendar years. They are the same in the Empire.
How weird is it that a Goliath would know how to read?
He's actually like some savant.
I assume that
forensic
was a
accountant.
Michael
Oh yeah, so yeah.
question rather than a Detritus question.
Yeah, it was a DM question.
How you factor in EBITDA?
Okay.
I just like
Thank
you.
We'll note your assistance along the way. But now, if you don't mind, can we have the office?
Get out of your own office, bitch.
No, I'm terribly busy. If you want somewhere to take a look at these, you can use the guards room, but they can't leave the premises. I hope you understand.
Oh, no, I completely agree. In fact, why don't we just do it here?
Sure.
And
Would
ideally,
you
I
like
want all
me
of us to
to-
be fake reading, extremely, like, in this guy's way. Just running around, like, sitting on the desk and reading, just going through all the notes, just really to hinder this guy.
It's just Casimir and Detritus going up to this guy every 30 seconds and going, "What this word say?"
Yeah, exactly. We
Cause
spend a
we-
good
no,
hour
no.
just fucking with this guy.
It's not the time right now. Not the time.
Where you get hot
Put your hand down, Carl.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I'll
Yeah.
message Detritus and just, like, pretend to read. It's fine. You don't have to actually read.
Detritus can read.
No.
I mean, he's
Okay.
not here for that. He doesn't have to be
But
here for
it also
that.
depends
Yeah,
how hot
you
it
know.
is. He'll hold the book for you to read.
Like he's not the one doing the investigation. I imagine in this
Yeah, no.
story that we've made.
He's
up,
just
so,
staring at the dude's hair.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um.
Okay, so yeah. We go through all these records and we find like numbers and details on the various ships. Does he have any ships that are going out in the next like couple of like weeks or whatnot that are planned?
I like that we ask for the
Sorry,
whole
1
year, and then we
second.
just look at like today's schedule and
That's why-
hand it all back to him.
That's why I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
you other two to read as well.
Yeah.
I'll start at the nearest
And then
stuff.
we meet in the
that's
middle.
Exactly.
Yeah,
important.
okay.
Yeah. I guess Casimir will at some point like remember we need to look at the recent ones too.
Yes, I'm aware. Yeah, you and the big one. Start at the end, and we shall meet in the middle.
Sure. And I'll just take the book and just sort of like stand there, like assuming that the Trice is kind of looking at it, but like I'm
Knowing
trying to
he
sell
can't
the
read.
idea that the Trice is here with us and he's not. He's
Right.
not.
Mhm.
Out of
'cause
pride,
he'll look at
Angus,
it weird.
the Tridus would like to roll to try and understand it.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Maybe he's
Come
just
on, baby, you
really
can do
good with
this. I
numbers,
believe
just
in
not
you.
good with words. Okay. Intelligence. There we
You mean he's like some sort of mathematical?
go. Yeah, he's like a
savant?
Rain Man type situation. What'd I get?
6.
That's
It is extremely
That's
boring.
about right. I think.
Yeah.
And it is warm in this office
Right,
with
so-
these
so-
4 bodies.
Minus another one off that.
And with the braziers burning not too far outside. Yeah.
Book.
It's very, very elegantly written with a swirling script, but you've got no idea what it says or what the numbers mean, or even if they are numbers.
What the hell's a number?
Many.
Many. Every so often
So,
he just
Right,
nods his head and goes many.
So yeah, so Casimir will look at the recent ones and like how many. I guess yeah, how many slaves are there in here and what information can you get out of it?
How much are
roll
they
me an
worth?
intelligence check, Casimir.
Oh god,
Mm-hmm.
you can do it.
Can I assist him on this and I'll roll it myself? Delilah needs all the pertinent information. These two are here to make it look like we're looking through everything.
Yeah, and if you're looking
Yeah.
for, have you rolled your intelligence check, Carl?
No. It's 3.
Minus 1 as well. 3. You don't understand a word of it either.
You got 3.
You recognise the words.
Casimir.
That they are words.
What do you mean? I understand the word.
Well, you understand that they are words.
Just not the numbers.
But the script again, the script is quite sort of swirly and fancy, and you're not used to reading such
Cursive.
elegant.
Yeah, Casimir didn't get through cursive at
essentially.
Okay.
So it's not in block
Can I
capitals.
can
so,
I find the recent dates at least?
I'll be
well,
looking at
that's
the
what
recent dates.
Detroit. So Delilah has already purloined the like year to date and is looking at the current entries. So, and based on the fact that you are looking at the last entries in the book, I'm not actually going to ask for a roll for you for this one. You can see that the last entry was roughly 8 days ago. And it was 24 Goliaths,
Okay.
a dozen
Because the-
bugbear.
Never
So
mind, continue.
24 Goliaths, 12 bugbears, 24 goblins, 16
Christ.
kobolds.
Orcs.
So we might only
Looking-
need one ship.
Looking
Good.
ahead, you looked at the previous vessel's departure. It was roughly 8 weeks earlier, and had
So
roughly
this one's
similar
8 weeks
numbers.
ago. This one's 8 weeks ago.
Yeah, and the auction's in
No,
2 days.
Yeah.
The last one was 8 days ago.
8
The
days
one before
ago.
that was 8 weeks ago. and the auction is in 2 days.
So they have an auction and then they send out the merchandise.
No,
It's
so
the auction separate too.
they do sales
So
locally,
I guess yes. I
and
get
then
okay.
they ship off. What?
So
there's
that
not a
means
massive booming
recently
trade for
they've had more.
Empire slaves here.
You're saying that recently they've had more slaves. Is that what you're saying? Meaning, like 8 weeks ago they sent out a shipment, and then 8 days ago they sent out a shipment, and now then they're making another auction for more.
Or are you saying that it's going to be another 7 weeks before there's another large shipment?
It's going to be another 7 weeks before the next
Right.
ship leaves here with a
Right,
batch
okay,
of
okay.
slaves.
No, yeah.
Okay.
So you gather that potentially the numbers that you saw on the way in was still early days. That there are more to come in the coming
Okay.
weeks.
Okay. So above board, here's what I'm thinking. We could wait for them to build up stock and then try this plan. That might be a little bit better. But we can enter in as a fake buyer, make like a massive order of like purely Goliaths. Have them send out and then sack that ship. So we can like custom order rescuees. But as it stands, there was like 15 Goliaths or something here. Like we might need a bit more.
Do we know what the terms of payment are, Angus? As in, would we have to pay up front, or is it payment on delivery, or credit, or what? That should be in the ledger.
So,
Can we ask that?
in terms of the auction stuff.
Yeah.
So the auction it's gold. You take delivery at the auction.
Okay, yep.
It's usually 1 or 2 purchases. You exchange the gold for your slave and leave with your slave.
Do they ever deal in like paperweights or IOUs basically? Use the less fancy term. Like pay to the order of blank, and then blah blah blah.
Yeah, like promissory notes.
No, not the auctions. The auctions are very much gold.
And the big every 8 week
Big shipments are there's no mention of payment. This appears to be just simply a logistical transporting them for sale as part of the company elsewhere. So it's shipping ledgers rather than
So
sales.
is there a better bet to
ledgers.
intercept a ship before it gets here, take it over, and then just pick up the cargo that's meant for that ship?
And pretend to be, yeah. Well, I mean, we're not a whole crew though, so.
But we know pirates
Yeah.
who could like just help us with the whole ship thing, and then they can keep the ship
Pretend
afterwards.
to be, yeah, and they could pretend to be. Ooh.
Another idea is if we have this guy help with the investigation, we can't give him too much information about. He could send out like a false ship, and we could promise him that it's just gonna like return in a moment here. But we're just trying to root out some sort of snake or some traitor. That way, when he sends out the ship,
Yeah, we're investigating some
We can take
client, but we can't say.
Yeah. but we could basically control when he sends out the ship and what's on it. Hopefully, if he's willing to go along with this.
What if he
Okay,
checks back?
let's let's call it here. We'll come back to him if something. Like I think Casimir would say, okay, I think for now we should be okay.
Was there anything specific that you were looking for that I might be able to assist you with?
I don't think, and I'm sort of like looking at Dorothy. I don't think we are able to discuss. It's something to do with one of the clients potentially, but we cannot say more than that.
Clients are all Prometheus side.
Cannot say.
On a macro scale, perhaps. Carl, do
We
you need to
don't
leave?
See,
No, yeah, no.
Okay.
don't see many of our shipments make a return journey.
Well, we are trying to perhaps root out a sneaky individual. Would you be willing to help us with that? I believe you have the power. We
The sneaky
need-
individual.
yes,
Well,
a ne'er-do-well, if you will.
Sounds
This,
delightful.
We cannot disclose who it is naturally, but the slave trade is just one of the leads we have. Is I think all we can say.
And you might just have the power to help us move forward with this investigation.
This would include investigation by the Seven.
Yes, although I'd appreciate if you didn't say that out loud too often.
I am sent here to be the face for the Empire, while Dorothy here does the main investigation work.
Well, aren't you lucky?
I am detritus. I am
Yes,
a
yes.
reverence.
Don't worry, he doesn't comprehend
Why?
those things.
Anyway, aren't we lucky? Why? What were you
Said
saying,
that.
Angus?
Did I say that?
Yes, you said, aren't
Yeah,
you lucky?
in
And
character,
aren't you
yeah.
lucky?
Texas
Yeah,
voice.
yeah.
So I'm like,
lucky.
Oh
why?
god,
Why?
the characters are taking over the DM.
I think that was in response to something someone else said.
Oh, maybe.
I'm the representative of the Empire or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, but yes. So
He sort of
You might-
leans back in his chair, interlaces his fingers across his chest. So how could I be of assistance?
Top form with the
Uh,
accents today, Angus.
There you go.
well, all we would require of you is a little for you to play a part in a little deception. And
Oh, the thespianism.
yes,
Yes.
a man of culture. I'm glad to find somebody who enjoys a little bit of theater on this side of the world.
You have no idea how boring most of it is over here. Well, you probably do, but
Okay. Well, do you want to go grand with it then? If we're gonna do something, we might as well do it large.
well, you have my interest. Tell me more.
Casimir
Like
sort
a
of leans
guy.
in as if like Casimir leans in as if like, ooh, this is a plan that you know, like he's
Spiratorially.
about to hear a plan from his boss, right? He's like,
The Detritus also leans
really
in,
hammed up.
but has no idea what's going on.
Okay. If you could send a rather large number of Goliaths away, at a certain point in time, we should be able to entice the hound to bite. This would be all the better if you kept it to yourself, mind you. So if you can perhaps come up with some good excuse to do so and not tell your men.
Not tell my men that I'm sending out a vast shipment of Goliaths.
Just don't give them the reason. I understand you have to tell the little
God.
ones.
Okay, so you want me to send to where?
It doesn't really matter. Send them down the coast for a little while. Have them turn around after a day or so. That should be more than enough time. You will keep all your slaves and be a hero, I may add.
And what are we expecting to happen whilst my Goliaths are on a
Cruise.
coastal cruise?
A day trip, yes. We are expecting a hound to bite. but we need
I understand that, but speak plainly. What hound? There's no dogs.
Sea
That
dogs.
the hound is a metaphor for the person we're trying
I
to
know. I don't understand your metaphor. I'm asking you to tell me plainly.
catch. We are hoping somebody might try to intercept the ship.
Casimir, sort of reason, do we want to mention the little fleet? No. He sort of bites his tongue and sort of looks away.
Oh, like a.
Okay. Once
I think we are wasting our time.
Yeah, you know what? We can find somebody else to play the hero. It is fine.
Why
Are
would we even need to send the Goliaths? Surely we could just pretend, say the ship was full of Goliaths and send it off down the
They
coast.
This is where our information comes in that we cannot
You
disclose.
give each person a different number of Goliaths, and then you'll know who betrayed you by how many they say on board.
Sure. That might complicate matters, but I think this guy will enjoy it.
Now I'm setting up 3 ships? I don't understand.
The
No.
reason is
This
that
is a very complicated plan.
It's not complicated at all. What is wrong with you?
Where is the dog in this again?
we have reason to believe.
Some of the Goliaths have been known to bite.
We we have reason to believe that there may be a possibility of them already knowing that the ship is empty if it is empty. It's only
Oh,
suspicions.
You mean
and
like
we are here
an
to test
inside
this.
man?
We are here to test
Yes.
this.
Or dog.
Inside dog. Like a very angry
It-
chihuahua.
I hope you understand that this is a complicated issue and it is not a simple matter
I
of.
do. I see it very clearly.
Do you?
No, I don't understand.
Oh, an insight check.
He sees through your bullshit. Good bullshit.
Nah,
that it
there's
is.
no insight for me.
Yeah.
I'm just
I'm
convinced.
sorry,
these guys are
what?
idiots.
He's very, very, very appears to be on the level and understands exactly what you're
He's
saying.
either a genius or an idiot.
The RP isn't giving me that, Angus.
I mean,
Okay.
that's your insight roll. You've got no idea.
Okay, good. Maybe he just sounds like an idiot, but he's actually intelligent.
Maybe.
There's probably people like that somewhere. Clearly, there's proof in front of me.
Well, look, we are
So you
risking a lot
believe that
here.
there is someone who is planning on intercepting one of my shipments of Goliaths and other assorted creatures.
Yes,
Uh,
and quite
As-
possibly from your courtyard.
Back-
So if you can keep your voice down.
It's happened
Shouting.
before. You
Well,
just don't know
Are
about
they
it.
trying? It's just me shouting. Are they trying to take them from my yard or on the ship? You've
From the
muddied the
ship.
waters for me again now.
Keep it.
Again, this is
Look,
something
you-
that's kind of happened before. You're just not fully aware of it. I hope you understand. Any more that we say, we are risking way too much here.
And the
Do we
too
have
much
you on
might-
board with the plan, or do we need to walk out?
Well, if I'm on board, we have to avoid arousing suspicion. Would be too odd for another ship to simply appear and be loaded up, and need to be the Terror's wake in 7 weeks' time. I can simply tell the captain to adjust course, sail down the coast to Ragged Point and back again before continuing the onward journey, assuming we've been able to eliminate the threat.
That would be great. How much is on the Terror's Wake?
Well, that will very much depend on how many others the Horn Carver brings us.
What's the ship that just left? What was its name? I would have seen it in the ledger.
Yes, you would have. It was the Delphine's Grace.
When's the Horn
How much was on the?
Oh, sorry.
The Delphine's Grace just left, right? Can you?
Some 8 days ago, yeah.
8 days ago. We might be able to use that ship. Can you contact the captain?
No, he left 8 days ago.
When's the Horn Carver doing?
Right.
In 6.5 weeks. It'll be here for a few days before to resupply and give the crew some.
Where's it coming from? Sorry, these are mostly out of character. Sorry.
Coming from Pomethia.
But it's bringing Goliaths.
Nothing. No. The
It's
sorry.
taking them there.
Yeah,
The one that's left is going back to Pomethia.
Yep.
But the Horn
And the
Carver's
other
wake
one-
is coming. You said it depends on how many the Horn Carver brings.
Yeah. How many Goliaths
no,
are brung to
Horn
then be
Carver
shipped off?
Isn't a ship. Sorry.
Oh,
That's
it's a
Vimac.
person. Oh, sorry. I thought it was a ship.
Yeah.
Who's the Horn
No.
Carver? Wait, is that the surname of the? Is that the?
How basically
Goliath
it depends
might
on
die.
how many Goliaths arrive
Yes.
here
Okay.
to be shipped off. Right.
Does that mean he's coming here? Ooh.
Do you meet this Horn Carver in person?
Not usually. I have, but we have an arrangement where he and his associates drop off his wares and collect payment at the gate, and then leaves.
Is this Horn Carver a Goliath?
Yes.
How much does he normally drop off at once?
It varies. We only have 15 in. Could easily be 30 or more by the time that ship that I definitely remember the name of arrives to be loaded up.
Terror's
In
wake.
like 6 weeks.
Harris Wake, that's it. I'll write that down now. Otherwise,
In just so many weeks, yeah. Okay. Do we think we could get a bunch of above board? Do we think we can get a bunch of other races to work with us, like the Goliaths could?
I mean, the slaves, if we free them,
Yeah.
you know.
But I'm just saying, if surely it's easier to just intercept Horn Carver before he gets here than to take on a ship. Assumingly he's coming
Ooh,
by,
just take the slaves from
on
it
foot, yeah.
right then. Ooh.
and then we don't have to go all the way to the east to kill him.
Interesting.
Hypothetically, from a metagame standpoint, we don't know if he's going to be hard as nails. But
Yeah.
without the metagaming bit, if he brings like, how many does he drop off at once, Angus?
You
It
said up to
varies,
30,
but
so like
if
Give me
yeah,
an
20
average.
or something.
20?
usually about a dozen at a time.
Just,
Is
yeah.
it at a time? Okay, so we can get 2 dozen if we take him and the ones from this place.
Yeah.
That would be difficult without the ship, Malaki.
That's true.
How many Goliaths do we think we're going to need for this cult infiltration?
2 dozen would
Yeah,
do.
2
okay.
dozen probably fine.
Probably would do. Okay.
Especially if they're equipped with range weapons. You could stand pretty far apart.
How big is the compound though?
I thought it was just like a little.
I don't know. It's 100
tower.
people, so you know.
Would
But
2
it's
dozen
100
be enough
people, so-
to create a net around a medium-sized structure?
I think so.
Depends how wide the.
All they need
That
to
doesn't
do
matter.
is just see each other, right? Like
Yeah.
as they stand apart. Like, so yeah,
And just put an arrow in anyone who gets past the blockade.
Or approaches the blockade, yeah. Okay. If we think 2 dozen would be good, then how about we have Horncarver deliver, put everyone on the ship. This Giovanni can put all the Goliath, and then whoever else we may want onto the ship, and then we can sack the ship after it leaves.
Hmm.
We could take Horncarver, but that would only give
back
us
to
like
the-
a dozen.
Back to the conversation. So are you able to? Did you say how many days do you expect?
6.5 weeks.
6 and a
No,
half.
Horncarver's a delivery.
Oh,
That was 6.5 weeks.
No, he's
I-
got to bring
I-
50
Like-
Goliaths with him.
it would
What-
be.
When can you
He
send a
turns up when he
convincing enough
turns up.
group?
What's the frequency of which when he turns up? Once every 2 weeks?
It doesn't turn up on a frequency. He turns up when he feels like it. And if I've got Goliaths to send off, then I send them off. If I don't, I don't.
Mhm. We cannot
He
wait
doesn't
for this
come
for
on
too long.
every drop off either.
Mhm. I understand. I guess we could wait a little bit of time, but if not, we might need to settle what's here anyway.
I message you. What are you talking about?
What you talking about,
What?
Casimir?
What do you mean? I'm talking about the slaves.
I messaged you so we could talk telepathically. What do you mean settle what's here? Do you mean sack this compound?
No, just settle with the
Oh, like
slaves that are already
take
here.
the slaves that are here
Yeah, already.
on a ship, and then
No wait for more.
then wait for Horncarver to come
Yeah,
later on.
yeah.
Hmm, could work.
We may need to
Yeah.
do that. But do you think there's a good chance that he would arrive within the next week?
Don't know. This guy doesn't know anything. He can't
Yeah,
remember
he doesn't.
weeks at a time.
Like, has it happened before where often enough that he would arrive, say, within the next week or so?
We could just put all the slaves currently here on a ship and then try to use them. We still get a dozen so Goliaths. It would just also be bugbears and whatnot.
I'm gonna ask the guy. Okay, so if we need to work around this, how many do you have here right now?
I've got 15 Goliaths right now.
15.
Excluding
Should we,
detritus.
should we try to fill it, make it more convincing with the rest? And I ask so Dorothy.
Yeah, it could be a possibility. It's less than ideal. Goliaths would have been better.
Yes. It is very specific, but
And my
How many,
ship's at no risk.
no.
No.
Shouldn't
Not
have
if we
to.
solve the issue soon enough.
Don't that shouldn't be,
Let,
Carl.
let's put it. Let's put it this way. All your ships have arrived back so far, haven't they?
Yes.
So nothing will change on your end. It's just we will investigate what happens to the ship.
And eventually, down the line, maybe your renown will increase. Somebody who
Who
assists
knows?
the Empire.
I am not as high enough as you would imagine in the ranks. I am simply a soldier that was sent on a mission along the side of Miss Wittenkiller here. But
I'll be perfectly honest. I don't care.
that's fine. What I'm saying is, as
Miss,
I'm hoping for a
Wit-
promotion here, so I can always put a name forward for you if this goes well.
Okay. Good luck. Miss Witham Killer. My name is Sir Sebastian Warsmith.
Good name.
Sir Sebastian Warsmith. That's Warr Smith.
That looks like she's jotting it down, but she writes fuckface in Sylvan. Idiot Claude in Sylvan.
So, how many others other than the Goliaths do you have here that we could fill it up with? Or
He reaches out a secondary ledger on his desk. Open it up. I have 15 Goliaths. There are 12, no, 10 goblins and 6 now kobolds. I have 4 bugbears, 2 orcs, and that's it at the moment.
You said 6 orcs earlier, Angus.
Maybe I didn't write that down, and now I can't remember. 6 orcs.
Okay. 15 Goliaths, 10 goblins, 6 kobolds, 4 bugbears.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Does this sound? Again, we could wait a couple days, but does this sound like a good plan B?
It could be functional. Sure.
We will have to see. And I talked to the guy, I guess. We'll have to see about this. I think a new delivery would really help this.
Well, I tell you what.
What delightful music. This is the music playing in this idiot's head.
And he still gets up from his desk and he walks over to the small arrow slit window that looks out. When I've had a delivery, I shall light a candle and place it in this window. Then, that night, at 9 o'clock, you will meet me at the Thorned Rose.
Okay.
Michael.
What?
Just what you put in Twitch chat.
Oh, that was ages ago.
Okay.
I get distracted when I'm not
So if
killing
we
stuff.
see the candle.
Okay, we'll meet when he lights the candle. We meet him at the Thorn Rose. Why?
Well,
So
that
then
means
we can discuss the next phase of the plan. It means that the delivery has come in and phase 2 is a go.
Okay.
Okay, as long as the delivery comes in.
I love this idiot.
Before the meeting, be sure that before the meeting, be sure to have the Goliaths prepped, ready for shipment.
Well, won't that arouse suspicion from the men and possibly the spy?
To say this order is heavy on Goliaths.
I do agree with him. I think I do agree with it. Just follow the usual
shipment
procedure.
that's
I think
leaving
is-
will be in 6 or 7 weeks' time. Is that the plan? We're just doing the normal shipment in 7 weeks'
What-
time,
once
or am
we-
I letting you know when
no,
the
I
new
think-
shipment comes in here?
I think follow
What-
the normal procedure. Just send the ship early. Is what we're
Yes,
going.
all we're
That's
doing is
not
sending.
normal procedure.
But
Then it's slightly changed normal procedure. You're the
Just-
boss, you shit cunt.
But I tried not to arouse suspicion.
Do you have
just
a
do
special
everything
order?
else.
It doesn't
Everything
matter.
else.
Figure it
Everything else stays the same. Just the date shifts.
I'm just gonna punch the dude in the store.
That is
She
it.
starts
It
like
is
falling more and
simply-
more into like a heavy Sylvan accent.
It is simply an earlier
Oh god.
shipment.
Uh,
That's what it's going to be.
But it can't be because the ship has no right to arrive.
That's the problem.
But
I
Exactly.
actually get what you're saying.
I can't do an earlier shipment until the ship arrives, and that's not for another 6.5 weeks, assuming
Okay,
good
we have-
weather.
20
Wait, so
minute
what were we
diatribe
talking about
the
this whole
weather.
time?
Oh,
Didn't you say that he was going to send the ship?
at leeward.
yeah, that would be a, that
Didn't
would
he-
be,
westerlies.
that would be
Did-
the next available ship.
the
He-
shipping forecast.
He could
and-
send
Yeah,
with what
didn't
you
he say
have.
he would send it to Ragged Point and then back to himself or something?
Yeah,
What
but that's
about the
it's still in
ship?
6.5 weeks or 7.5
Still-
weeks.
This asshole only has one ship call.
Oh my god.
I
No, he
have
has more
more
than
than
one.
one ship, but the next one is not due to arrive for 6.5 weeks.
What,
Above
what
board.
if we acquire
How
a
about we
ship?
kill this guy and then just intercept the Goliaths that are coming to town?
I'm okay with that. Let's go.
Okay.
I want
well,
that
yes.
wig.
Okay, well, okay, let's put the pin
I'll
in
be
it.
the voice of
That will
reason.
be-
Delilah's
That will
about to
be
stab
phase
this guy.
2. Let's go with the candle plan for now.
So we just got to kill 7.5
We'll
weeks.
figure out the rest.
What if we
How many
acquired a
gods are in
ship?
this camp compound?
Can we ask? Can someone ask that? If we got our hands on our own ship,
I mean, no, guys. We just wanted to get more Goliath slaves. So if he lights the candle when Goliath slaves to come in, then we know. That's it. That's all we need to know right now.
but we're hoping
but if
that
that's in, like,
he
3
doesn't
weeks-
change his mind or ask anyone about this
Again,
plan or
I don't
mention
know.
it.
This whole thing is thingy. So you know.
For the record, at the beginning of this session,
We
I'm
might as
like,
well
cool,
try-
let's
I
jump
wanted
to
to
the
fight
ship
on a
that's
ship.
obviously prepped. And then we can do that ship combat and move on.
There was no. You were gonna
Swap
No,
it for a
there was no
force,
ship.
and we can still fit it in.
But we said we're gonna attack a ship next session, Angus, so you can prep for it.
Angus, how strong does the
No,
door on this
no.
room look?
It's serviceable.
Which way does it open? In
Sorry,
or out?
It opens into the room.
Into the room. Okay. We could just like block up this door with something and then just go kill everyone. Just saying.
It's not the wisest course of action, but I'm game.
It opens into the room, so if we block it from the other side, he can get out.
Yeah, but
We
just,
can kill this guy very quick.
we'll just break
I
his
doubt
legs or
he's
something.
confident.
Yeah, you don't have to kill him.
And gag him before he screams.
Are we saying bye to this guy?
Well, depends what you mean by saying bye.
It sounds like
Exactly.
it one way or another. We're just trying to determine how.
I think we could.
Wait,
How many
no.
guards, Angus? How many guards did we
Like
say?
this is guys. This is middle of the day, like morning. Guards are all about like.
How
let's-
many guards?
Yeah,
Let's
we can't-
discuss
It's
this
a simple
properly.
question.
You know.
Are we
So,
talking
you
6
saw-
guards or 26 guards?
Well, the whole garrison's full. Let's come in at night at least or something. Do you know what I mean like?
The guards you saw when you came in, you saw guards that were stood atop
Like, this is
the
not low
towers on the southern corners of this fort.
Mhm.
You passed 3 carrying crossbow bolts, just sort of patrolling the,
Okay, yep.
the walkway above the pit.
So what, 5 total?
You saw another 3 patrolling on the opposite side.
Okay, 8.
Another 2 are along the southerly portion.
Yeah.
Within a central cage amongst the pits, there is another guy with 2 guards in there with him, and there's a central walkway that goes between the pens, and there's another 2 with spears in there. Those are the ones that you saw as you were making
Okay.
your way into this area.
I'm just gonna say to the guy, like, okay, we will have to figure out phase 2 later on, clearly. But for now, let's just proceed with phase 1 as we'd agreed.
Okay, I will light the candle when we have more.
Can we also clarify that if we are able to get a ship, we can take what he has sooner? If we decide to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a given. It's just, you know, what we'll have to discuss that later. With him.
I think
We'll-
with this
we'll-
guy,
we'll
we
see
need
if we
a
even
clear
discuss
answer
it, yeah.
from him.
I mean, no, because like he just doesn't have the answer right now. So
Well, but that he could answer immediately. if we get the ship, that's the problem. The ship isn't there. He's got the goods. He could put them on the ship.
Would it be less suspicious if we have him get the ship? Like some emergency order came up, he has to go borrow a ship
Yeah,
from
it's the
somebody.
requisition a ship.
Yeah, and then he can send it out within like the next couple of days. Is that doable, Angus?
Remember, he needs a crew and everything.
He
That's
can
the whole
hire
part
people.
of the ship. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
his
but
whole
he needs...
fucking
if
field to get
they
this
happen to
shit
be
situated.
pirate friends of ours, that would make it even easier.
Perfect.
There's quite a lot of expense to this plan.
That's not what I asked.
Yeah,
Is it
like-
doable, Angus?
Like, guys, we're
There is
asking
no
him...
expense for the
doable
Empire.
Like, just
for-
actually think
for
about
the
this,
right
okay?
amount of coin.
We ask the pirates, just lend us a ship and a crew. We come, we pick up
Yeah,
the
okay, guys,
we sail
guys.
off, and then he's all like,
Think
oh,
about
I
what
got scammed.
we're asking right now, okay? Think about what we're asking right now. We came to this guy and we're like, hello, we're from this place. You need to send out slaves early. Oh, we'll provide the ship. We're just getting him to load his slaves onto
I
our
mean,
ship. At
in
that point.
for a penny, in for a pound. If he accepted
Right.
the look at my necklace, don't look at my necklace form of identification. Who knows how gullible this guy is?
I mean,
He can
let-
come
let's
on the
not-
ship with us.
Sure. Yeah.
I get
the Empire-
terribly seasick.
Of course he does. Look, we'll pay you. The Empire will pay you a absolute fucking shit ton if you do this. Is it possible?
I would need to see some of that shit ton first. But
Okay,
yes,
we
it's
leave.
possible.
We go talk
This
in a
isn't the way
tavern,
to
and we're going to
negotiate
raid this
this.
guy
This is
at
not
night
the way.
and kill everyone in this party.
Yeah.
Kill
not
everyone
the
in
plan.
this fucking fort, including the slave.
I think this is the most terrible plan we've had so far.
It's
Like,
a
this
fine
just-
plan. The
It makes no
linchpin sucks.
sense.
Look, I've just listened to an hour of this. I'm ready to kill something, please.
I was ready to kill something immediately.
Well, Carl has got to get up early in the morning.
Right.
Yeah, this is about.
There's like a
um,
car
What a
issue. that
hilarious
is.
and useless session.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, I gotta get up at 5.
I had fun.
Can I point out
Yeah, yeah, that's
before
great.
people go? I think Carl is already aware of this. Can you do the guard voice again for us, Angus?
Maybe. It was a bit like
It sounded exactly like in the IT crowd where Moss pretends to know about football.
oh.
I mean, love. What was Rooney playing
that
at?
ludicrous display on the field last night.
Absolutely ludicrous display.
It's perfect. I loved it. Oh god.
Who
What's
did
the
you
referee
prefer?
thinking?
Guard Moss or
God, Moss.
Sir Sebastian?
So Sebastian was, I think, my favourite character that you've done in a long time. I just I like that kind of character.
Yeah. I feel like there's way better plans that we can think of if we just walk out of the room right now. Like I literally have some in my head. I
I'm
just
game
feel
to
like
leave.
Plans.
I literally have some in my head. I just
Okay,
tell you
feel
what,
like we need to.
we leave. We've left.
Seeing as Carl has to go to bed and you
Hmm.
guys have plans to figure out, let's have those discussions, or you can have those discussions in Discord during the week, and then we can, and you can let me know so that I can appropriately prep for them.
We
And
did
then-
last week.
I know, but I missed.
Yeah,
it
but
and
that was
got the
regarding
wrong
the
thing.
cult. Like what
Oh
we're doing
my
with the
God.
cult. We now need
That's
to
a whole
obtain
different
slaves.
set of plans that we're not going to get to for another 2 months, apparently.
Exactly.
The prep,
I know,
The prep-
and I almost finished the fucking maps for that.
the prep at the end of the last session was we are going to sack a ship.
Just
And
want to
then
go
take
to
it to the cult.
dungeons and fight dragons and shit, guys.
And now we've talked to some dickhead in a fort for 2 hours.
And have appropriately scoped the fort in case you wanted to do said.
I just feel like we know more
Yeah,
more
exactly.
about this
Guys,
guy than we do each
we
other's
can literally
characters
do
after
this.
29
Like-
sessions.
Okay, completely out of character now, okay? We can literally wait till he gets more slaves, okay, so we have enough Goliaths. Let's say, like, hopefully that will be within the next week or so. Let's hope it, right?
No.
Say he gets more slaves. He lights that candle. He meets us. Cool. We fool him into thinking that this plan is going ahead or something. We'll think of something, and then we just sneak in at night, release the slaves, take them out. There we go. Like,
What if he increases security
I love
with
that
the new slaves?
the plan has gone from let's liberate the slaves to
Espionage.
let's just steal the slaves. They're just
Yeah.
our
Steal.
slaves now.
Different word for the same thing. Carl, okay, we sneak in at the end of what you just said. We free all the slaves, kill all the guards. What is our plan then? We have 24 slaves to get out of town.
We wait 4 weeks for
well
the ship
then we
to
ask
show up.
the pirates. Then we ask the pirates to come in at night, load up
So
the
we
slaves
are
onto a
using
ship, and let's
the
go.
pirate ship.
Huh?
We are using the pirate ship. We could just have him put the things on the pirate ship for some money. Instead of
Yeah,
having
but
to
like,
kill
like
everyone.
that doesn't make sense to me. Why would he do that?
Why
Like,
would he
that's,
let
like,
us in
more
his
risk.
office?
Yeah, but like that's
It's
I
a
feel like
good
that's
liar.
more risk of us failing checks. You know?
So he
Why
has
not
like
just-
he has multiple sources of reasons to do that.
And
He's gonna
apparently,
get paid by the
multiple
Empire.
developmental issues.
I mean, he clearly wants the money up front. We don't have the money up front.
Very weak chin.
Yeah, there's some
So-
serious inbreeding going on in the Warsmith family.
Can we, as a treat, kill this guy really quick? Just as
I
a
don't
little
agree with
treat,
that. I don't
the
agree
tiniest
with
little treat.
because that's gonna fuck us up.
Can I
Completely.
just say how liberating it is that there be a planning dispute and to just not give a shit for once? I don't care
shouldn't
what
give a shit.
I don't care what happens. It's so much fun.
Okay, if we're gonna wait for more people, I ask on a meta level that it's no longer than a week. Because like,
I mean, we could
what-
just hand wave it.
Yeah,
I-
that,
I-
that,
I-
Hand
I-
wave
make
is a
you-
fail session.
yeah, we don't have to roleplay every
If
single
I could
day.
go back in time, Destin.
I mean, we could hand wave the entire campaign. You got to play some of it.
Look,
That's actively not what I'm
We
talking
can have
about, you know
downtime.
that.
We
Let's
can have
just
downtime
go
until
buy a
there's a
pub.
candle.
Yeah,
and run a pub for
if
2
it
weeks.
takes
2
a
months.
couple of weeks, then it's 2 weeks of downtime. Delilah can do some artificer shit with Casimir's axe.
To try to send Casimir
Yeah,
to learn
exactly.
to read.
The sort of things that downtime takes up.
We don't
Uh,
have a time schedule, and D&D. The benefit of D&D is we can literally roleplay every single second, or we could just
I'm
play out.
sure
Oh
we
yeah,
had
we
a
wait a year.
schedule.
Like,
I'm sure there was a time impetus for us, but I can't remember what it
no,
was.
not yet.
No,
Not yet.
it's multiple time emphasis. Delilah alone
yeah.
wants to
Oh,
kill
yeah,
Zero at
Zero.
some point. Is she just gonna fuck around in a city for 3 weeks?
No, for a week.
We can look for
I tell you
Zero.
what.
See if
Not to
it...
mention all your people are getting kidnapped, Michael.
I mean, okay. What's another
And,
way?
and
of
the
getting
guy I
24
really want to
Goliaths?
kill is coming to town, potentially.
I mean, we have a way of getting more Goliaths. Like, is there any other way we can get more Goliaths?
Capture them.
Like,
Intercept
go to the mountaintops.
Horncarver.
Enslave a couple, then we can come back, take over the fort. That way we can go back to the mountaintops and take them out.
it'll take us like 2-3 weeks.
we
to
can
do
make
that
some money
alone,
by
so-
sending them over to the Empire.
Yeah. I have this guy's self. Let's kill this guy. I'll just become
You
him.
guy.
I can act stupid. Believe me, I do it all day long. And then bigger bongo, baby. We
Oh,
have
yeah, if we had
infinite
the hat
money.
of disguise, that would have been good.
I have this guy's self. I can just do that.
What a beautiful
Weirdly,
mess. This
that you disguising at him is actually interesting.
that sounds like agreement from Carl.
I mean,
Okay, great.
that would make the plan of killing him somewhat work because
I
we
do
are
33
in a
lightning
fort.
damage to this motherfucker.
Because like just sacking this fort is the dumbest idea because we're in the middle of a city in the morning
Yeah, but
Agreed.
with
Angus
like it's
prepared
just
the
not gonna
map.
work. It's just not gonna work. Like we'd have to do it at
Okay.
night, like do it sneakily or something, you know, like.
I forget. Is
I'll
that
do
is that
something-
is Angus a if you roll it, it happens DM, or are you sure you want to do that after you've calmed down a bit, Destin, and taken some deep breaths, my good friend?
Look, didn't we end the session like 20 minutes ago?
I
Are
don't
we
know.
just yelling
I
at
feel
each
like we
other?
ended it an hour ago. To be
I think we're still
I
live.
checked out. We
I
are.
don't think we stopped.
We are because this is more entertaining than the actual game.
That's true.
Uh,
Right, and so because it's a shorter session, we'll let Carl get off because he's off on his Ollie bumps tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta like clean myself and go to bed and then wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm not looking forward to it.
Have him cleaned and sent to my chambers. Well,
Sounds very Sir Sebastian.
enjoy your very early morning, Carl. We'll all be thinking of you. And enjoy your
Enjoy Amsterdam.
your
and
Amsterdam.
We very much will be thinking of you. Jealous.
How long were you going
Yes,
for again?
likewise. That's very exciting.
Tuesday we're coming back. It's way too long.
It's way too long.
Way too long.
I would have just come back on Monday latest.
Monday would be a good
Yeah.
day.
Yeah,
Come
That
back.
extra day, man.
Monday morning.
Remember, it quietens down on Sunday though.
Yeah.
There's still lots of people. Well,
Yeah, Tuesday might be alright because if you have a chill out day on Sunday because everything, well, certainly in France everything's closed. And then Monday things are open again, and you're a little bit refreshed after a chilled Sunday of.
or go see one of the other
Waffles
much
and-
better cities.
Yeah. Like I'll convince them to do that.
It's like a 30-minute train ride to the other end of the country. It's not a big country.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Pretty sure you can just walk to Germany.
Nah, you don't know how awkward this group is. They're taking
An awkward group, Car.
no,
Struggling
dude.
to plan
this is
things.
live on the
This
internet,
sounds
Carl.
very odd. Doesn't sound like any group that I've
No,
ever heard of.
honestly, that
Right,
I
I'm
think,
going to
like,
take us off
3 of them.
live before Carl starts
Yeah.
listing out pin numbers and stuff.
All right.
Thank you to
Thanks for
anyone who's
watching.
watched. Bye bye.
Bye guys. And
We might do something next session, so come back.
Yeah.